Here's your Farm and Ranch Report from the Montana Ag Network.
Welcome back to the noon news. Looking at our farm and ranch headlines today. This week, the U.S. Wheat Associates and National Association of Wheat Growers welcome the announcement by President Trump and Brazil's president that the two nations have agreed to implement a duty-free tariff rate quota for wheat, a long-standing obligation under Brazil's World Trade Organization commitments. This agreement opens an annual opportunity for U.S. wheat farmers to compete on a level playing field for 28 million bushels of wheat under the agreement. Ledger Montana farmer and U.S. Wheat Associates chairman Chris Kolstad says this is good news for Montana wheat farmers.
Well, I think it's real important for U.S. wheat. 50% of the wheat we grow here in the U.S. is exported. In Montana, probably closer to 80% of our wheat is exported. So those export markets are crucial to the financial stability of the U.S. farmer. And as you know, we're always looking for new opportunities, especially when some of our other agreements are stalling out right now. This opportunity provides a level playing field for the U.S. farmers for about 750,000 metric ton of wheat, or 28 million bushel. This is great news for us.
While the trade news with Brazil is welcome news, access for U.S. wheat to the Asian market is a top priority for the U.S. Wheat Associates.
Greg Dowd and some other folks in the trade representative office understand wheat. They understand the importance of the Japanese market to the U.S. wheat farmer, especially the Montana farmer. So we're hoping that we're going to make some good progress with Japan here in the next few months. China, you know, we're steadily making progress. They get a little more press than the Japan market, but I wouldn't want to guess when something might be signed with China.
In some years, Brazil has imported as little as 115,000 metric tons of U.S. hard red winter and soft red winter wheat. On Tuesday, the New York Stock Exchange welcomed Secretary of Agriculture Sonny Perdue and agriculture leaders to New York City. The Stock Exchange was celebrating all the contributions that farmers, ranchers, foresters, and agricultural producers provide the American economy. To honor the occasion and those who do right and feed everyone, Secretary Perdue rang the opening bell. He was joined by agricultural leaders, including current FFA members, Jennifer Houston, president of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, members of the U.S. Cattlemen's Association, and others to celebrate the future of American agriculture. Pretty neat event there at the Exchange. Returning back here this afternoon, we see the Department of Agriculture is promoting resources to help prevent the spread of African swine fever. USDA notes that USDA-trained detector dogs played a major role in the seizure of roughly 1 million pounds of pork smuggled from China into the U.S., where there is an outbreak of African swine fever, of course, that being in China, the outbreak. Stating prevention is our best protection, the resources included potential African swine fever pathways, biosecurity measures, signs and symptoms producers should watch for, as well as traveler tips. USDA is monitoring the recent outbreaks of African swine fever in Asia and Europe and is proactively taking steps to increase safeguarding efforts to keep the disease out of the United States. For more on those steps, visit USDA APHIS online today. That will do it for this afternoon. We'll send it back over to the news desk.